Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I decided to create a collection that's loosely based on my dreams. A lot of my work in this collection has like these layers of clay. It looks like these square pieces of clay that's placed on the pottery. And those layers represent different like layers of thought and layers of imagery within my dreams. Like some things have like strawberries, which is like something sweet and beautiful being cut open. Some of my dreams also kind of coincide with whatever's going on in my life at the moment. And sometimes they're pretty random. Also with my pottery, there's also mushrooms that keep popping up. I love mushrooms, and I love how mushrooms can kind of represent the advancement of time. Mushrooms grow so fast, and for me it kind of represents the idea of how dreams feel like there's such a long expanse of time, when in actuality I think I've read somewhere that dreams only last for a couple of seconds. And I think that's just fascinating. That's just so interesting to me. The oranges and the apple in this cup represent like the real versus the imaginary, like the realness of what we see concretely in our lives and the imaginary aspect of dreams. And the floating flowers are just a metaphor of the imprinting of how those things are imprinted in your subconscious, and you don't even really realize like how it's affecting you. And I think that's just interesting to me. And I also love how the flowers have this like beautiful backdrop between the clouds and the layers of clay. It's just such an interesting like juxtaposition to me, and I think it's one of my favorite collections I've ever made. I like how everything feels very dreamy and it's very calm and peaceful. This isn't one of my favorite mugs actually. I love the line work on it. I love how the squares kind of like are reminiscent to like different levels and different pieces of our imagination, or at least that's the way that I kind of interpret it. And the multicolored effect is super interesting to me because it's like a graduating of like pink and orange and then blue and green. This one is interesting to me because it's kind of, I've never been to Miami, but it makes me think of Miami, the way that it can be so like bold and bright. Anyway, I do hope you guys are having a wonderful summer, and thank you for taking the time and looking at my pottery.